Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A cikin wannan video insha Allah zan yi bayani a gurguje yadda za ka yi connecting database naka da kuma PHP codes ɗinka. But abu na farko kana buƙatar ka samu Xampp a cikin laptop naka, ko Xampp ko WAMP ko LAMP ko wace iri, saboda suna da yawa waɗannan database ɗin, amma dai wanda za mu amfani da ita za mu amfani da Xampp kamar da kuke gani a screen nawa. To download this Xampp is free ce, you need it. Ka zo just Google ka rubuta download Xampp. Idan ka yi downloading, just first link na farko, just ka yi downloading nata na 64 bit. In kuma ba shi ke so ba, in kuma kana amfani da Linux, ka yi downloading ga dai sanan ciki har zuwa ƙasa. Amma dai abu na farko kawai just ka yi clicking wannan ta ƙasa, za ta take naka inda za ka yi downloading nata. Already ni na yi downloading, amma dai zan installing ta da ku gani. Idan ka yi downloading nata ta gama, sai kawai ka yi installing, sai ka yi clicking next. Kar ka yi taɓa komai nan wurin, kawai ka yi clicking next. Kar ka taɓa komai saboda automatic za ta creating Xampp folder a C drive naka. So just ka bar shi haka nan, kawai ka yi clicking next, ka bar shi za ta creating folder da kanta. Ka yi selecting English, ka bar shi English, ka bar shi next. Kawai learn more about it, kana so ka yi ticking, kana so ka bar shi, ni ba na bukata na on ticking nashi. Just ka yi clicking next, ka jira za ta yi downloading. So ga yana wai za ta yi installing. So ga yana tana installing, za mu jira kaɗan. Idan ta gama installing, insha Allah za mu ci gaba. Zai taking time, so don haka zan yi pausing na video in. Idan ya gama installing, zan dawo sai mu ci gaba. Okay, so as you can see, we are done with installation of the Xampp, and we just click here and click finish. So let's wait and see. We'll just open the Xampp now. We'll start it, then we'll come back to our browser and we access it. Okay, idan mutum ya gama downloading kuma ya installing, sai ka je C drive. Idan ka je C drive, za ka ga folder wadda aka rubuta ma Xampp. Just open the folder. Idan ka buɗe folder, scroll down, za ka ga xampp-control.exe. Just run it as administrator, because idan ka buɗe shi sometimes open, it will not open, or it will take time bai buɗe ba. But you run it as administrator, then you click yes. Okay, so it will open, because now we are going to start our own local database, so we want it to be running. So just click on start, and this MySQL, click on start. So when you click on this, now your MySQL and Apache are running on your computer. So now you can use your local host. So let's go to our browser and see whether our local host is has started. So say I click a local host, just local host, and click enter. So here we are, welcome to Xampp. So now you have successfully installed Xampp on your laptop, kuma ga yana running lafiya kalau. So abunda zamu yi na biyu shine, bayan mun installing Xampp, abu na biyu shine mu creating database. So let's go to PHP MyAdmin. Just click on PHP MyAdmin. So idan kai clicking php my admin ka jira, it will take you there. Okay, so here it is, php my admin, and we are going to create a new database here. So as you can see, we have database here. These are the list of our database. As you can see, information schema, MySQL, all these are default database, including tests. So we're not going to use this, we are going to create ours. So just click on here. You see, let me name it let me name it Ahmad. Let me just put Ahmad. So I'll just click create. So now I create a database named Ahmad, but we don't have any table inside that database, but we need to have one, because like I said, in our next video we will try to insert data in our database. So let's create a table so that we'll connect our database. Now what we're going to do is to connect our codes with the database, but next video then we will use this table that we're about to create. So let's create the table. Just click, let's click reg as abbreviation of registration. Let's just put reg. How many columns? So we have ID. Let's say we will have ID, full name, email, then what? I think phone number. That's all. Let's just leave it 4. You can write 4 and just click go. So now we create we are going to create a table of 4 rows. So let's see. Okay, here let's just call it ID, then we leave it as int because it's a number. Just come here and click here, just make it primary, just tick here and click go. So this is our primary key, and just click auto increment. This here, tick it. We want it to be auto increment because automatically the table will just keep giving them these gaba wannan auto increment. Bari bayani abinda zai baka zai dinga, idan aka sa data 1 zai zama number 1, data 2 number 2, automatically zai dinga ba da ID, default ID by itself zai dinga ba da number, shine auto increment. Sannan this primary, it means this ID will be the primary key na waɗannan data da za mu yi entry kenan. Wannan ID ba zai zama twice ba. Idan muka samu 1, so 1 will remain 1, 2 is 2. We can't have 1 and have another 1 because now 1 is our primary key. So let's just leave it like this. Let's continue. Don't touch anything. Then we'll have full name, full, then underscore name. So this is, we have full name. This is variable character. How many length do you want it? If you put 255, then length will be 255. You can put whatever, just put 255. I will talk about this but later. Why are we using 255 and other things? But just put 255. This is the character of the name, because there will never be a name that has 255 character, but you just put 255 character at the length. Shine length na sunan full name na mutum. So don't worry, just put it there. Come here and just leave it. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Just come here and put email, then also put variable character to put 255, then phone number. You put phone underscore number, then you leave it as int because it's integer. Then you put, for example, let's say we only need 15 character for it. So this is it, we are done. Just for now, don't touch anything. Later we'll talk about more about it. Just click on save. So now we create our table in our database. So the database, our database name is Ahmad, but the table is what? reg. So understand this. Our database is Ahmad. The table inside the database is what? Is reg. We can have multiple tables inside our database. We can create another table. We can keep creating as many tables as we can using one single database. So as you can see, we only have this, and ID is the primary key. So we have ID, we have full name, we have email, and we have phone number. So for now, we are going to create a script that will connect with our database so that we'll know that now we are communicating with our database. So let's just go and open our text editor and start typing the codes. So shine abin da zamu fara yanzu. Abu ba sai amfani da Visual Basic ba, kawai let me just use Notepad++. Let me just open my Notepad++ so that it will be very easy for me to explain. To start a PHP script, sorry, you need to write this PHP. These tags, these are the open and close tags of what? Of PHP. So what I'm going to do, let me just save it first. Control S. I'll just go to my local host. Let me just find that Xampp folder, htdocs. Then I'll create a folder. I'll call this folder Ahmad. Let me just call it Ahmad. So inside Ahmad, I will save this file as connection.php. Let me just click normal and click PHP. Okay, this is PHP. So let me just click save. So I hope you understand how I save my file. Then I save a file now. So Naji Chan local C drive now I find one folder Xampp na shiga htdocs ciki sai na creating folder saboda folder ita ce zan yi amfani da ita mu diba mu ga in connection namu ya idan bai ba then we'll see what we can, but now we are going to start writing. So these are the tags na PHP. Whatever we write in between, duk abin da muka rubuta ciki shine PHP code. So abin da zan fara rubutawa yanzu, zan fara creating variables ne na connection na database da na connection da database in su ne variables in da zan fara creating. Let me just create variables. It's like kana so kai storing wani information ne da wani suna daban, shi abin da kawai variable yake nufi. Ba zan tsaya bayani ne ba daga farko har ƙarshe, ku yi googling ka karanta mai variable kan, amma dai zai amfani da variable yanzu. Misali da nake nufi, kana so kai saving wani abu ga wani suna. For example, ina so in rubuta I am a student, but ina so in storing wannan I am a student inside wani suna daban. Yanda duk lokacin da nake calling ba sai na sake rubuta I am a student ba. No, I will just call that name da na ba I am a student in yi amfani da name. Maybe I am a student. Ina so in saving wannan in ba shi variable name ya zama in kira shi da suna maybe Ahmad1. So duk lokacin da na yi calling Ahmad1, that variable Ahmad1 is I am a student. It's like I stored I am a student inside Ahmad1. So that's what I'm going to do now. So there are things we are going to store, the variables we are going to store now. Na farko muna da server, na biyu muna da username, na uku muna da password, na hudu muna da database. Zan yi bayani kansu ɗaya bayan ɗaya. Bari na rubuta variable na farawa da $sign a cikin PHP. So na rubuta nasa $sign, sai na rubuta, let me just say server. Server is equals to double quote. Let me just write local host semicolon. So duk lokacin da ka rubuta yanzu, duk lokacin da na calling server, this variable server, it means local host. So it's like na storing local host a server. So wannan server in is local host. So now we are using our local host as our server. So that's why I say we have our server now and it's up and running. So that's number one. Number two, I'll just put another $sign. Then username. What is the username of our server? Username by default, Xampp. Username of Xampp is root unless you change it. is what? Is root. Username is root, please, is root, as you can see. So you see, username is root. Don't touch anything, just put root. As you can see, is root. So let's come back. As you can see, let's put root and put it. At the end of each and every variable, you put semicolon at the end. And it's because our variable is what is string. That's why we are putting it inside double quotation. So if it is integer, then we will not use double quotation, or if it is boolean or something like that. So for now, let's continue. So our username is root. Then what will be our password? Our password is empty. So just write this and put semicolon at the end. So our password is empty. So we're not going to put any, unless you use password. If you come back to this Xampp and you create password, which, yeah, of course, sometimes you have to, because if you are taking it online and other things, you have to put password so that people will not just come and do a lot of things on it. So password is empty. So we're not going to put anything on password. Then the last thing is the database. What is the name of our database we are going to connect with? Mia sunan database in sunan ta Ahmad. In za ku tuna. Na kira database in Ahmad. Ga database in. This is our database Ahmad. As you can see, database Ahmad. So we are going to connect with the database Ahmad. Okay. Here it is. So now we create our variables. The next thing is to create our connection. That is to create the connection itself. And even the connection, because now we can create the connection. For example, this is how to create a connection, but I'll put it inside variable at the end. But to create a connection, these are the codes da za ka rubuta. Zai ka ce my SQLI, as you can see, underscore connect, as you can see. Then you put open bracket. So inside open bracket, as you can see, kun gani ya rubuta muku abin da za ka rubuta ciki. Kana buƙatar strange host, strange username, strange password, strange DB name. All this, in kana da sunansu, you just need to put them inside double quotation localhost, double quotation root, you put that. But now, since we already create variables, so we are just going to pass those variables inside this bracket da muka buɗe. So I'm going to just write server. I can copy this. I can just copy this. Copy, paste, just put comma, shift, or space. You see, copy. You see, okay, not server. Now I'll copy username, $, then password, comma, $, database. That's all. Then I'll just close and put my semicolon. So now I create the connection. But if I create it like this, I want to create a if statement, whether if my connection is successful, I want it to say something. If my connection is not successful, I want it to say something. So I want to just create variables so that I will just keep using the variable inside my conditional statement. So let me just create a variable and call it connection. So I can use any name. I can use Ahmad. I can even use Ahmad. Let me just use Ahmad. I can use the variable Ahmad. So let me just create my condition here. I can say if open bracket my condition, which is Ahmad, because now I want to know if Ahmad is successful, then I want to pass this. Then I will say echo. Echo is like print inside it's like print in the Python. So it's like displaying out. You want to have JavaScript is like document. That document that I keep passing. So say echo Kenan, if Ahmad is successful, I want you to say connected successfully. Then you close it and you put semicolon. Else, that is, if it's not successful, then what am I going to say? Then I want to say echo connection failed. Then I'll put double quotation. So if I do this, it doesn't okay one, then we just press Control S. Let's come to and see. Let's come to our browser here, localhost / folder nan da muka create mai suna Ahmad. Let's just click it. Localhost / so you see our connection.php is there. Localhost / Ahmad, one folder da muka create. So let me just right click and just open a new tab. Let's see. Alhamdulillah. So as you can see, connected successfully. So our code is what? Now we did great. Let me just change something. Let me just make a mistake. This root, instead of root, let me just write room and save. Let's see what will happen. Let's come back to our browser. Let's refresh the page. You see? Warning, MySQL connect, this access denied for user room at localhost using password, no, this, as you can see. So it says connection failed. Because we made mistake in line what? At line 8. Let's come and see line 8. Line 8M. You see, this connection, we use this database, this data username. There is nothing like this username inside our database. This is our database. There is nothing like that username. But there are lots of user database here, but there is nothing like this. So let's come back. This username is not for our database. Let's make it root, save. If we come back to our browser and we click refresh, it will come back to connected successfully. So this is very simple. Yana da sauki sosai wannan abun ba wani wahala ke gare shi ba. Just understand this. Know how it works. This Ahmad, database Ahmad, if I change it to test, let me just put test. Let's come back. Let's refresh. It still says connected successfully. Why? Because we have a database that what? The name is test. I hope you understand. So this is how it is. If I put any database which is not there, so if I put any database which is not there, let me put Ahmad AA and save. If I come back and refresh, you see it will tell us unknown database Ahmad AA. So you have to change it, then you have to come back, delete the AA, put Ahmad, you come back, you click here, you connected successfully. So in our next video, I'll teach you then koya muku yanda zaka sa data ɗinka, dan zaka yi inserting yanzu data a cikin database naka. Already muna database kuma mun creating table. Of course, next video then mu saki creating table in saboda in ƙara nuna muku yanda zaka creating table. Idan muka gama sai mu ta inserting data cikin table ɗin yanda zamu dinga zuwa nan mu dinga ganin data namu. But for now, our database is connected successfully. Now, money connecting the database, and we're using our what? Using our HTML. Like I said, to create this connection, you can use your name, whatever variable ba wanda zai gaya ma me zaka sa ga variable. Duk abinda kake so kai amfani da shi ga variable kai amfani da shi. The only thing that ku yi amfani da ku sani sosai, wannan query in na connecting na data ku rike shi. This is my SQL_connect. Shi ake amfani da shi. Wannan if in conditional statement ne na amfani bai da wani matsala. If ko ina ko Excel if normal ne bai da wani matsala. So PHP ma also bai da wani matsala. So this is it for now. Inshallah ban cewa gobe ko kuma in our next video zai yi bayani sosai kan yadda za mu yi inserting data cikin database namu from here. It's very easy. Sai ku kara kallon video kai following abin da muka yi. Idan kuna da comment ko tambaya ku yi tambayan ku. Inshallah zan karba muku, zan ansa muku. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.